Alberto Sordi, the national Albertone, one of the most popular actors of Italian cinema, was born in Rome on June 15, 1920, in the heart of Trastevere, to Pietro Sordi, conductor and concert performer at the Teatro dell'Opera di Roma, and Maria Righetti, teacher. Over the course of his career, over 50 years, he has starred in around 150 films. His artistic adventure began with some popular radio programs and working as a voice actor. Since 1936, he has tackled various fields of entertainment: fantasist, extra in some films, imitator from Avon Spettacolo, Boy D magazine, and is indeed a voice actor. In those years, he won the MGM competition as the voice of the then unknown American Value, characterizing him in an unmistakable way with his highly original voice and cadence. In 1942, he was the protagonist of Mario Mattali's Three Eaglets, and in the meantime, he increasingly established himself in the world of the Variety Review, by far the most followed theater show by Italians, even in the dramatic and sad years of the war.
Dovere di marito, quando è che lo fai? È chiaro? Oh, parla con me.
Chiaro?
È chiaro?
Senz'altro.
Senz'altro che cosa?
The following year, he made his debut at the Quattro Fontane with Sai Che Ti di Tamper by Marchese, directed by Mattali.
Mi dice chi gli ha insegnato a cantare in questo modo.
Eccolo là. Va al macello il macellaio e il cantante va a cantare.
The following year, he made his debut at the Quattro Fontane with Sai Che Ti di Tamper by Marchese, directed by Mattali. Subsequently, he took part in the magazine Salsiamosai by Michel Galdieri, and his name appears large for the first time in the posters of the show.
Hai sentito, Sonia?
L'ho sentito, Edmondo.
Ah, questo dice!
Eppure peggio.
Ah, e allora, quando è così, dimostreremo a tuo suocero chi è il maestro d'Aragona!
His debut in the media world dates back to 1948 when presented to the newly formed IAR, which later became RAI by the writer Alba de Cespedes. He hosts a radio program of which he is also the author.
E allora il babbo si è convertito?
Era così contento.
Non ci voleva credere, eh? E tu?
Io ci ho creduto sempre.
Ah, quanto ho sofferto. La colazione è pronta?
For the Fonata, some songs he wrote, including Granny, The Prisoner, The Cat, and The Millionaire. Thanks to these experiences, he gave life to characters such as Signor Coso, Mario Pio, and Conti Claro, or the famous Compagnuxi della Parrocchietta, characters which are the primary basis of his great popularity, and which allow him to interpret thanks to De Sica and Zavattini, Oh Mama. What an Impression! By Roberto Savarese. 1951 is also the year of the great opportunity for the leap in quality. He moves from the dimension of light film magazines to more important characterizations, especially considering those alongside a great master such as Fellini. The latter in fact chose him for the part of the star of the photoromanzi in The White Sheep, a great success with the public. Despite this, the attention for the live stage never ceases, and he continues his shows alongside sacred monsters such as Wanda Osiris or Guarini and Giovannini, great comedy authors. Given the excellent performance offered in The White Sheik, Fellini called him back for another film. This time, however, beyond the prestige of the director and the appeal of the now popular comedian, neither of them can imagine that the film they are preparing will project them directly into the history of cinema, the one with a capital V. In fact, in 1953 Vitelloni was released, a cornerstone of cinema of all time, immediately acclaimed by critics and audiences in unison. The actor invents a characterization that will become the protagonist of many of his films, a petulant, mischievous, and naive type at the same time. Sordi is now a star, a real star of the box office. In 1954 alone, 13 films starring him were released, including An American in Rome, and Steno, in which he reinterpreted Nando Morricone, the Roman braggart, with the myth of the stalls. The following year in the United States, in Kansas City, He will receive the keys to the city and the position of honorary governor, as the prize for the pro-America propaganda promoted by his character. Also in 1954, he won the Silver Ribbon as Best Supporting Actor for Vitelloni.
Roba sana, sostanziosa. Macaron. Mazzi sul serio. Gli americani. Maccherone, mi hai provocato e io ti distruggo adesso. Io me ne mangio.
We are notable, Silver Ribbon as Best Leading Actor for The Great War by Monticelli, Italy, David D. Donatello for Knitters and All at Comencini's House, for which he also receives a Golden Gralla, Golden Globe in the United States and the Golden Bear of Berlin for The Devil of Polidoro.
D'oro.
Ha sentito?
Sì, ho sentito.
Che mi dice?
Togliti la barba.
Subito. Che faccio? Ma la rimetto? Eccola lì. È rimasto contento di me, maestro?
È spenta.
Bravo! Sei un cannone!
Not to mention the countless masterful performances in so many other films, for better or for worse. They have left their mark on Italian cinema. In a hypothetical summary review of all this material, what would emerge would be an inexhaustible gallery of portraits, indispensable for having a realistic picture of Italy at the time. In '66 def, he also tried his hand as a director. The result was the film Smoke of London, which won the David D. Donatello 2 years later. He returns to be directed by two other masters of comedy such as Zampa, in the Loy Years, respectively in the grotesque The Doctor of the Health Insurance Company, a satire that put the national health system under arrest while awaiting trial. But Sordi was great and was able to express his multifaceted talent even in the field of dramatic cinema. A performance famous for its intensity is that of A Small Bourgeois, also by Monticelli, which earned him yet another David D. Donatello for his interpretation. By now the situations, the characters represented by the actor, are so wide and varied that he can legitimately affirm that you have actively contributed to the historical knowledge of Italy. In 1994, he directed, acted and wrote the script together with the faithful Sonigo Nestor, The Last Race. Thanks to the relevance of the issues addressed, the film chosen by the Ministry of Education to promote an awareness campaign in schools on the problems of the elderly and respect for animals, the year following the Venice Film Festival, where a novel by a poor young man by Ettore Scola receives the Golden Lion for lifetime achievement. In 1997 Los Angeles San Francisco dedicated a series of 24 films to him, which was a huge success with the public. 2 years later another David D. Donatello, for 60 years of an extraordinary career. On June 15, 2000, on the occasion of his 80th birthday, the mayor of Rome Francesco Rutelli handed over the scepter of the city to him for 1 day. Other significant recognitions have also been awarded to him by academic institutions, through the awarding of degrees and honoris causa in communication sciences, respectively by the Ulm of Milan and the University of Salerno. The motivation for the Milanese degree reads, "The degree is awarded to Alberto Sordi for the coherence of a work that has no equal and for the exceptional ability to use cinema to communicate and transmit the ideal history of values and customs of modern Italy from the beginning of the 1900s to today." He passed away at the age of 82 on February 24, 2003 in his villa in Rome, after a serious illness that lasted 6 months. His villa in Rome, which has become an important museum in memory of the great actor who passed away.